Hello, happy Saturday and welcome to Career Saturday. My name is Yvonne Akimoden and I'm a career coach and I work with people over 40 who are seeking a career change. So welcome to today's session. Today we're going to talk about mentors and how important it is where possible to have a mentor as part of your career change plan. So the first thing I want to talk about there really is for a lot of people, they might be unclear about what a mentor is because I'm a career coach and a mentor are two completely different concepts. A coach is somebody who you work with on an ongoing basis and their role is to guide you through a particular challenge. It doesn't even necessarily have to be anything that involves your career. It might be something involving your life. There are life coaches. It could be that you are a senior manager in an organization and you need some help in terms of coaching you through how to be a senior manager, or perhaps a manager in terms of working through particular management challenges, and those are generally referred to as executive coaches. So, but essentially a coach is somebody who guides you through a particular challenge that you might be facing in your life. A mentor, on the other hand, is something quite different. A mentor is somebody who is there to give you or lend you some of their experience. So they generally, although it's not essentially, a mentor will generally be somebody who is in the same field of work that you are interested in, or an area of work that you would like to go into. And the role of the mentor is to really provide you with some of those answers. Now, a lot of times, a lot of mentors are people who will do mentoring for you out of the goodness of their heart. 8 out of 10 people who mentor are people who may be in very senior roles, or they may have certain experience that is relevant and they want to share that and they're quite happy to do that. But when you're working with a mentor, there isn't necessarily an easy way to find them. So unlike a career coach or any other kind of coach, chances are if you go onto Google and you type in career coach or executive coach or whatever other coach you might type in, you will come up with a list of names and it will be somebody there and you'll say, right, okay, this is somebody that I want to use as a mentor. Somebody that I want to use as a coach. And you approach them and the relationship builds from there. Mentors generally are not people who are out there to make money from mentoring, and therefore they don't necessarily go about promoting themselves as such. You, as the person who is in need of a mentor, it's for you to go and seek that relationship. And this is where a lot of people struggle. I'm coaching a couple of people at the moment, and I know that for them, finding a mentor has been the big challenge for them. They're thinking, well, what is a mentor and how do I go about finding one? So knowing how to find a mentor is something that is quite, can be quite challenging. So you might need some help in understanding what that looks like. So a mentor really is someone who could be your boss, could be your mentor, a member of staff that you work with could be your mentor, a friend of a friend could be your mentor. There is no clear definition of who a mentor could be. What you're looking for as somebody who is in need of career guidance is somebody who you might know, or somebody who is in a field that you might want to work in. So in order to identify who that mentor might be, you need to be really clear what it is that you're looking to work with that mentor on. So for instance, you might decide that you want to make a career change, and you might be moving from, say, for instance, you work in the world of IT, and it may be that you decide that you want to become a teacher, but you don't have any teaching experience. So the likely partnership that you're looking for in that scenario would be somebody who is in the field of education. They don't necessarily have to be teaching IT, but they need to understand the world of teaching, because that's the broader framework that you're working within. So finding somebody who works in the world of teaching would be the right kind of person for you in that scenario. And what you'd be wanting to do in that case is talk to that person and say, ask your questions. What is it that makes a good teacher? What are the skills that I need? What are the qualifications that I need? What are some of the challenges that I need? And really what the mentor can do is give you a real behind the scenes bird's eye view of what it is like to be a teacher, what it's like in the day of the life of a teacher, in a way that perhaps nobody else can. So that is the role of a mentor. Now, because a lot of the times mentors work voluntarily, and they do this really out of the goodness of their heart, if I'm honest, when you work with a mentor, it's really important that you respect their time. There will be certain things that you will want to make sure that you're doing. So they will agree that they will be confidential. So whatever you share with them will go no further than between the two of you. And that works on both sides, because you might share information with them that you don't want going outside of that relationship. Equally, in order for them to be really candid with you, they might share things with you that they would not want you to share with people outside of that relationship as well. So that's one of the really big packs that you need to make if you're working with a mentor. One of the other things working with a mentor, and one of the really big powerful things of working with a mentor, is that part of their role is to help make you accountable. So when you work with a mentor, they may discuss your goals with you. So you have a set of goals that you agree, and the mentor will help you make sure that your goals are aligned and that you are keeping on top of things. So when you're struggling, that's the person you might talk to. One of the other things about a mentor that's really important is that when you're working with a mentor, be respectful of their time. As I said earlier, they're giving you their time for free most of the time, and therefore they're generally very busy. More often than not, they will be very senior people, and so giving their time to you so that you can offer advice or they can offer you their expertise is something that really is got to be respected and valued. So working with a mentor, it's really important that you bear that in mind. So we've talked a lot about what a mentor is and what their role is and how your relationship with that mentor might work. I think the next question that I get asked quite a lot is, well, okay, that's great. How do I go and find a mentor? And there are a number of ways that you can find a mentor. I've already suggested a couple of them. Depending on the kind of relationship you have at work, you might decide that your mentor is going to be your immediate boss or another senior manager within your company. That is usually the easiest way to find a mentor, if that's an option. And for some people that's not, but if it is an option, that is usually the easiest way to find a mentor, and they will be the person who will be the guide, and they will walk you through any of the challenges that you're facing. Now, if that is not an option for you, then you need to make use of your networks. And your networks could be online networks and it could be offline networks. So online networks generally would be making use, if you have a LinkedIn profile, maybe you are connected with somebody who's in a career that you're looking to get into, or they might know somebody. So looking through your contacts is a really great way of identifying people who might have the skills, experience, knowledge that you are looking for, and connecting with them will help you build that relationship so you can approach them and say, look, I am involved in a career change and I'd really appreciate your guidance on certain aspects of it. That's an obvious way. Also, use your other networks, which are offline, and that might be friends, families, work colleagues. Maybe you've got a work colleague who has moved or has made a career change themselves into a career that you're interested in. If you've got a good relationship with them, that's a really good place to start. Go and ask them and find out from them what it is that they did to be able to make that shift. So really, it's about asking, it's about doing a bit of legwork, it's about talking to people. And 9 out of 10 times, if you approach someone, even if it's someone cold that you don't really know, you don't have a relationship with, it's all in how you approach them. And if you approach them in a way that is really respectful of them and their time, the chances are people will give. Most people are happy to give of their time. As I said earlier, I've just this week set up a mentoring relationship between one of my clients and one of my somebody in my network. This person is looking to change careers and they wanted to make that connection, and I've been able to do that. And the person, the mentor, is not charging a fee for this service, but has been quite happy to say, yeah, absolutely, I would love to be able to help. And that generally is what people will do. I've got a relationship with both parties, so it's been relatively easy for me to make that connection for them. But if you don't have that relationship, it's all about how you approach them. So making sure that you are mindful of that person's time, you understand that they are volunteering that time, and so you're respectful of it, and they will and should hold you accountable. So if you are asking for a mentor to work with you, they will hold you to account. And they are there to build a really wonderful and informal relationship. So they will really tell you how it is in a way that perhaps you won't get from going on a website to look at a company website, for instance, or that you will not get from an interview. So they really will give you the behind the scenes tools and information about an organization or about a whole career. So having a mentor is a really powerful and important part of any career change. I would highly recommend, if you are thinking about a career change, even perhaps before you start on the journey of that career change, is trying to find yourself a mentor. So I hope that today has been useful, and I hope that if you are not a member of our Facebook group, Career Changers Over 40, that you will join. I will put the link in this chat. And I hope that you will join this, join our Facebook group. And if you've got any questions, you've got any comments, anything that you'd like to share, please do pop that in the comments box. And also, please do feel free to share this video with any of your colleagues, anyone you think might be struggling with the job that they're in now, and they might be looking for a career change and they need some help. Please share this video. They might find it useful. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you found this useful, and I will see you next week on Career Saturday.